Hello and welcome back to Strong Woman High's Life is a Mishmash. Today we have a very special guest all the way from Norway here with us. It's Kikki, and perfect t-shirt for today, the queen of fucking everything. Well, welcome to the show, Kikki. Do you want to give a little elevator pitch, who you are, what you're all about for everybody?
Hi. First of all, thank you for having me.
No problem.
I'm Kikki, Norwegian strongwoman, strongman promoter, Viking reenactor, mother of 6, I think.
I think.
I think, yeah.
Just about.
Yeah. 7 times Norway's strongest woman, world record holder in truck pull, gym owner, married to Egil. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Absolute. What an absolute roster of achievements that is as well. It's like you've just done everything within Strong Woman, everything whatsoever. It's awesome that. So I guess we'll get straight into it then. What has been your Strong Woman high, Kikki?
That is actually a very difficult question.
That's the point.
Because I don't think I had the ultimate high yet. But I have like a list of several things.
Mhm.
Seeing Donna Moore win World's Strongest Woman in 2016 was amazing. Donna is one of my closest friends, so seeing her winning, seeing the joy of Jenny, who was coaching her, she was coaching her at the moment, not me. I started a year later with Jenny. Also seeing Sunny and Leifa do the Husafell stone. That is, and also seeing Sunny in Japan recently. That makes me so happy. So they are kind of my highs in the sport. Hearing Ed Cohen telling me that Fearful Power Week, which is the week of strength sport I host in Norway, is my legacy, made me cry, because when Ed Cohen says something like that,
he means it.
It's big.
Yeah.
Beating Donna twice in plane pull and truck pull.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that a plane pull, did you just say?
Yeah.
When did you pull a plane?
First time in 2014.
Wow.
Last summer.
Crazy. I bet that was good fun, that.
It's super fun. And another high is actually pulling a World War II plane.
Nice.
Which my dad grew up in New Zealand. And when they moved back to Norway, they flew the DC-3 Dakota from somewhere in England on the way back home over to Norway. And that plane is stationed like 20 kilometers from us.
Nice.
So I got an opportunity to pull that. And the look in my dad's face when he saw the video of me pulling the plane he moved back to Norway with was like, yeah.
That's so cool.
I have a last one.
Yeah.
We are foster parents. And my foster son, Eric, he once decided to do a strongman competition just to make me happy.
Oh.
He was 16 or 17, I think. And he trained after school without telling me. I don't get how he managed to hide it from me, because we owned the gym he was training in.
Yeah, when was he getting in there without you noticing?
Yeah. But we were hosting that competition in our gym. And when I came down and I was supposed to do the score, I saw his name on the list and was like, what is going on? And he was like, I just wanted to make you proud.
Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. Oh, there's such good highs. That's such a good little list of highs. There's loads of stuff I want to talk to you about with them, so we're not going to move on yet because I've got too many questions. So first up, you were speaking about Sunny and Leifa, and obviously like Jenny and Donna, and watching all them do like their amazing feats of strength. You've got an absolute cool crew of little strong women there, haven't you? Like you guys are like like the group, aren't you, that like started this sort of new wave of strong women for me, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. Um, I was in the sport. I mean, I met Donna in 2013 in, I think it was my second international competition. I met her in Scotland, and we just kind of hit on, like, we found each other.
Yeah.
And then I did Europe's Strongest somewhere in the UK in 15, I think,
Yeah.
where I met Sunny the first time. I forgot that I actually met Jenny in 2014 for the first time.
Yeah.
Um, but I met Sunny and I met Anna Herjepe. I
Yeah.
competed against Olga Liachuk in that competition.
That's so
So
cool.
I feel that we are the group that started the era we are in now.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's such a cool group to have started it as well. Like now as well, especially that a lot of you are still competing too. Like
yeah,
I think that's really cool to be able to see you guys are still competing. I'm competing against Donna this Saturday, and it's just awesome that like we get the opportunity to do
yeah.
that. But yeah, that's so cool. And I think as well, I just wanted to talk quickly about the Husafell stone that Sonny and Leifa did, because that's a goal of mine. I don't know if you ever thought about going and doing it. Is it something that you'd be interested in?
Of course I would. I've been to Iceland once
Yeah.
and lifted the stones in Dritvik, which actually means shit bay, translated.
That's a nice place.
Yeah. So that I lifted the half sterkur, where Sonny got the kind of full sterkur, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't have time for the Husafell back then. I would love to go back and give it a try.
Yeah.
It would be super cool to be kind of the oldest woman ever lifting it.
Yeah, 100%.
So
That would be such a flex
yeah,
to have.
yeah.
No, that's super cool. And then quickly, FIFA. I wanted to talk about this anyway. I don't know whether you want to talk about it now or later, but I'm happy to talk about it now. Do you want to explain a bit about what FIFA is?
FIFOR, or FEFOR as we say in Norway, is a outdoor strongman arena built by the woman who owns the hotel. And I have to think, because I've been working with this for quite a few years.
Yeah.
I think the first time I was involved in FIFA Power Week was in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was just Highland Games.
Right.
And Stones of Strength. Women were in there for the first time in 2016. And it was Leif and Anna. I think those were the two women for the first time.
Yeah.
In 17, I competed, and I got asked by Francis Brebner, who is kind of one of the big guys in Highland Games, if I wanted to be in charge of everything. And I'm like, yeah, cool, why not?
Yeah.
And I decided, because strongman is very close to my heart, I mean, that's my sport, I decided I wanted to add strongman.
Yeah.
So I did. That was 2018. We had strongman for the first time. And we went from 3 days, Friday to Saturday, no, to Sunday, I mean, to Thursday to Monday. And then I was like, yeah, let's have a week.
Yeah.
So 2019, we as in I added workshops, seminars, strong woman, quite a lot. Ed Cohen were over for the first time.
Yeah.
And we had an amazing week. 2020, of course, didn't happen.
Yeah.
And in 21, it just took off. 7 days ended up with to be 10 days with Highland Games, Stones of Strength, Strongman, of course. record breakers, world championships in cable toss, sheaf toss, world championship in Highland Games,
Yeah.
workshops, seminars, expert panels, you name it. We have so much. I think this year I think it was 13 different competitions during that week.
Wow.
So this year we are on from July 4th until 14th.
Yeah.
For the first time, we have a pro class of Highland Games women.
Wow. Nice.
Yes, I mean, women in strength sport is even closer to my heart than strongman. So, and I think it will be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I had last year Nathan Payton, the nutrition guy who all the big guys are using. He messaged me and asked if he was allowed to come, and I was just like, allowed to come?
Oh,
Of
welcome there.
course, come on.
Yeah.
So, I would, and we also, I forgot, we also added a hybrid between Highland Games and Strongman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in that one we have weight classes.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, like the Trolls and Titans and Louisa, which are the two first competitions in the week, they
Mm.
are like an open, but the weights are, they are like, everybody should be able to do them.
Yeah.
And I see every single year people do those competitions. They have fun because when you are at a resort like Fairford, where it is, I have to do this in kilometers because I'm Norwegian.
Yeah, that's fine.
It is like 11 kilometers down to the closest grocery store,
Yeah.
to the closest pub, and everything. Everybody is at the same place all the time, and it is like a summer camp for adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see on people when they come in there, you see their shoulders lower, they're like, and they breathe better,
Just relaxing
and
into it.
it's amazing. And you see, even though people are competitive, they still they remember why they started the sports,
Yeah.
because it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I think
Yeah,
that's what I like about FIFA. I know I'm killing it every time I say it, but I can't say it as well as
no,
you.
it's okay.
But yeah, I think that's what I've always thought of as FIFA, like an adult summer camp where it's like, yeah, you're competing, but it's fun and you're getting back to the actual like enjoyment of this sport, because it can get all consuming and very intense, can't it? Whereas FIFA's like, nah, just come, have a great time,
Yeah,
enjoy some strongman, enjoy some Highland Games, and have a bit of a laugh with all your mates and hang out with some really cool people.
yeah. And you see people having a drink in between events,
Yeah.
and in the afternoons and evenings we are doing like, we are playing. We have like Viking games,
Yeah.
which are, I love them because people get so engaged in them. See,
Getting proper carried away.
yeah. Last year we included something called Olympics,
Right?
which is playing. Actually, you do like a stick horse race, chugging a Pepsi and then whistle and like
Yeah, just stupid
stupid
stuff.
things. Yeah, and people had so much fun.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's what we're all here for, though. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like people do strongman because it's fun and it's an enjoyable hobby. So
yeah,
something like that's like a holiday that also
yeah.
involves strongman. So I can
So
understand.
I think as many people as possible should come over. I think you should come over.
Oh, don't worry. I'm planning on it. I was talking to our lad this morning about it because I really want to come for next year. Because this year
Mm,
got a bit of a nightmare because I've got potentially 2 America trips. So I have not got the funds to
mm.
do this. But
No,
next year for sure, that's going to be my one plan is to do FIFA Power Week next year.
yeah. We are. I just talked with the owner of the hotel earlier this morning, and we are setting the dates quite soon. So I
Yeah.
will announce them quite soon. So
Exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, so if people wanted to get involved as well, how do they get involved if they're listening to this and thinking, this sounds class?
they can find me
Yeah.
on social media. I'm not on TikTok. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I am, but I don't use it.
No, fair.
Find me on social media. I will guide them where to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or find Fearful Power Week on Facebook. It's Fearful Power Week.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it's fearful_strength.
Yeah, cool. What
Yeah.
I'll do is in the show notes to this podcast, whether it's YouTube or Spotify, if you're listening now, I'll put it in the show notes so that you'll be able to find both those things if you want to get into FIFA Power Week, because it sounds absolutely class. I'm already excited for next year.
Yeah, it is amazing. I mean, we are 4 months out, and I'm counting days.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I always remember one year when Sunny came and she did a soup review every day, and I just thought that was so funny and so good. Like, the food looks unbelievable as well.
Yeah, it is. Everything is unbelievable up there.
Yeah, it's just like
I mean,
a dream.
Gabe Pena was over last year, and he came over to me and told me, like, Kikki, this has changed my life.
Nice.
And I actually get that quite a lot, that people are telling me it changed their lives. We have so many couples who met up there.
Yeah.
It's like, I love it. I like it.
Really cool. So you also spoke, I don't know whether you want to talk about this, but you also spoke about fostering. So my family used to foster when I was a kid as well. So it's in a place close to my heart. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Why you decided to do that?
I actually decided. I was pregnant with Vilja, which is Egil and my daughter. Back in, it had to be early 2006, because she's born in May 2006.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an ad in the newspaper that said a boy's name, 6 months old, need a home. And my very hormonal body started to like, okay, I need to save this kid.
Yeah.
So Egil came home from work, and I told him, we are going to be foster parents.
Yeah.
That was pretty much how it started. We didn't get that kid, which in the aftermath, I'm very happy we didn't, because having 2 babies, I don't think I would be prepared for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, that.
Yeah, but we talked a lot about being foster parents afterwards. In 2009, we moved from where we lived, moved like 300 kilometers, no, more than that, is 650 kilometers to the south where I come from. After a couple of years, we decided to go for the foster care thing. So we did all the course thingies we had to do. And in December 2012, actually December 21st, 2012, we got the first 2 foster kids.
Oh.
I'm not sure how it is in the UK, but in Norway, when a kid is placed in foster care, it's most of the time for the rest of their childhood.
Yeah.
It's not like the US, where you can be moved.
No. I think usually, I mean, in the UK, there's a lot of the foster kids that we had did go back to parents. Like, I know of quite a few that went back to parents, but it was more, you were there for a period of time. You didn't usually get passed about too much. It was, you're with one family and then you go back to either parents or up for adoption.
Yeah, but that's mainly the plan in Norway as well. If you can go back to your parents, that is the goal.
Yeah.
But if it's not possible, like with our foster kids, they couldn't move back to the parents.
Yeah.
None of them. We have a foster kid now, and no way she's going back to her parents.
Yeah.
So we had Eric and Maria, which were the first ones, siblings.
Mm-hmm.
They came in 12. They were 10 and 11 years old. And they are now considering us as their parents.
Bless.
Maria came home with a tattoo on her, like on her forearm, with Roman numbers, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And she said, "December 21st, 2012."
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I
so
cried.
cute. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. And both of them are very, very clear that we are their parents.
Yeah, that's lovely. That.
Yeah. And Arva has been living with us now since April 20. She moved in the middle of COVID. And she will stay here until she's grown up and move out.
Yeah.
She's just sitting just over there eating now.
Oh, bless. No,
It's a
that's
school holiday in Norway
cool.
now.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. No, it's so cool. I think. Um. So you already had your own children as well when you decided to foster. Is that right?
Yeah. We have, like I said, all together we have 6 kids. I have a son from earlier.
Yeah.
Egil has a son from a former relationship. We
Hmm.
have a daughter together.
Yeah.
So that was our 3 kids. And then we got another 3.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. I bet it was so much fun
And
growing up with that many siblings.
we are thinking about another foster placement.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it the same way you'll have a social worker and they'll find people that are suitable, like
yeah,
children that are suitable for you? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm employed by Salvation Army. Salvation Army have a foster kid part of their system.
Yeah.
You don't have to be religious to work there,
Yeah. Always good.
luckily, because if so, I couldn't work there.
Yeah.
But they have been very, very good at the matching of foster family and kid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's really
yeah,
cool. It's such a cool thing to do. I commend you highly for doing it. It's my plan in the future because I've always decided never to have children. So, but my
yeah,
plan was that if I got to that age where I thought error, should have done that, I would always have a place open for fostering because my mum did it and I saw how amazing she was at it and what an impact she made to people's lives. So
yeah.
I can't think highly enough of you for doing that.
I actually recommend people if you believe this is a thing you could do, you should be prepared that it's tough.
Yeah.
In periods, it's super tough,
Hmm.
but it's also very, very worth everything.
Yeah.
So I would actually, if you feel you have it in your heart to do it, and you have that extra space in your house, absolutely do it.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I think there's so many children out there that need just a helping hand, even if it's
Yeah,
just for a few weeks. Like, if you think
yeah.
you can do it, definitely, 100%. Oh, that's so good. Oh, love this, love this. All right, okay, let's move on then, Kiki. So, what has been your strong woman low?
Oh, OSG 2024.
No hesitation there. Give us a bit
No,
more of an explanation.
oh, absolutely no hesitation. I had the best prep ever
Yeah,
for a competition. I had never felt as good as I did. I've never been as athletic as I was. And I went into the competition like, I'm going to podium. I mean, I'm going to give Claire a fair battle. I know it's almost impossible to beat her, but
yeah,
uh, and I knew I would struggle with the log. I mean, log and me, we are not best friends at all. It's it is the strongman event I despite the most.
yeah, fair.
uh, but I'm very good at yoke. The issue was there were 25 minutes from Claire was out until she was out again.
Yeah.
Claire timed this. There were even shorter time from I was out until I was out again. So I had no warm up for the yoke.
Oh.
I feel safe to say this because I already addressed it with Lynn.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
I had no warm up. I had a 2-3 meters run, something like that, on 160 kilos.
Yeah.
And then going out and lift up 273 kilos or what we had. My back didn't like that.
No.
No. So after I felt it the first time I tried to pick up the yoke, I felt something happening. And I was a bit like, fuck it, I will do it anyway.
Yeah.
So I started to walk. I picked it up and I started to walk. But when I came just a few steps in, my leg gave in.
Yeah.
And I'm a former back patient. I had a big back surgery.
Right.
And it's 20 years ago, but still, I was like, no, I'm not ready for this. So there is a picture of me in the car that tells everything. The look in my face is like, it tells everything.
Yeah.
I scared the shit out of Egil, who were sitting, because he was one of the referees. He didn't ref my class, but he was sitting there and he couldn't run out to me.
Yeah.
I got help afterwards. That was the last event for that day. So I went over to Dr. Todd and got some help there. Ed Cohen was my bag bitch for the weekend.
Nice. What a flex.
So he came over with some good advice and a very good cream to put on my back.
Yeah.
So I entered the arena the next day, kind of because I didn't feel too bad.
Mm.
And it was like, it's just deadlift and that carry and drag, or carry and push medley. That will be fine. I knew I was good for the heaviest axle for the bar, or for the deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what happened, but I think I was too eager. So I messed up I did one lift on the light bar just to make sure I had points.
Yeah.
I didn't wait for down signal.
Oh no.
Which super. I mean, I've been in the sport for 21 years.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I didn't wait for down signal.
Oh no. What a time as well. What a time to forget.
And then I ran over to, when I had to do the rep again, I ran over to the heaviest bar and I got a very offset grip.
Yeah.
And my back said once again, ew.
No good.
No. So I ended up a couple of points out from the finals. I did good on the last event. I think I came third in that event.
Mm.
But I wasn't good enough. So I felt so sad.
Yeah.
Ed was absolutely the best. I mean, he has competed on high level as well. So he was like, I won't tell you that everything is okay, but it will be okay. Everybody has done stuff like this. And I was kind of didn't want to listen to him,
Yeah.
but I decided I need to do something. So I signed up in the crew.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was very selfish, because if I'd been sitting there, I would gone into my head.
Yeah.
I'm very mean to myself when I fail. And I wasn't ready for being that mean to myself there.
Yeah.
So being allowed to work in the crew that for the rest of the weekend was amazing.
Yeah.
So
Good.
the low ended up as, it's still a low. I still don't like to talk about how bad it was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was amazing to be a part of it, to sit on the floor and help.
Yeah. 100%. And I think even though that for you was a really big low, I think it's super important to show this sport. You can have competed for 20 years and you can still have a shit comp but that doesn't stop you. And I think that's really important, especially with this podcast, because how many people do you see nowadays that come into this sport, and because it's quite small, you can get quite good quite quickly. You can get up there, especially in the women's side. You can be near the top within a year or two usually.
Mm.
And then at that point there's so much pressure and people looking up to you to go, oh, you're obviously really good, you're obviously really consistent. And it only takes one shit performance for you to then be like, actually, I can't do this sport's shit, I hate it. But the fact that you're still able to come back and go, no, do you know what, you can have a shit performance even after competing for this long, but it's still my sport, it's still my hobby, I still love it regardless, I'm still willing to help out at that comp. Like, that's awesome to hear that. Really, I don't think that's a loss for you. I think that's a fucking win, that, in my head.
Yeah. I got a lot of very positive comments afterwards, and a lot of messages like, wow, she was just competing. She's out there in a red shirt now.
Yeah.
So, of course, after the yoke, I said to Ed, I'm fucking quitting.
Yeah.
And he looked, I mean, I'm tall. I'm 6'2". Ed is not tall. So he really looked up at me and he said, no, you're not. You know you're not. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, I'm not. I felt like a kid, like really stomping the ground, and no, I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm very clear on that. I'm not done. I mean, I've said to myself, or said to Egil as well, as long as I have fun competing, I will continue to compete.
Yeah.
So I will be back.
100%. 100%. I love that. I absolutely love that. Cool. So, on to our next question then. When you first started the sport, what would you tell yourself looking back now?
The first thing is, don't forget to have fun.
Love that.
Because that's why we started this. There will come times, you start a sport because it's fun. You don't start it because I'm going to be a world champion.
Yeah.
You start it because it's fun. It looks fun. I mean, when I first saw Strong Woman, when I first realized that women were doing this sport, I was like, yay, I want to do this, and I don't like sport.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Norwegian. I should be super excited of cross-country skiing and stuff. I fell asleep when it's on TV. I find it super boring.
Yeah.
But strongman kind of hit something in me. It was like, it's super cool. You can pull trucks, you lift stones, you flip tires, you do weird stuff. But then along the way, you start to put pressure on yourself. And you feel that other people are putting pressure on you. I mean, so many have heard, like, oh, it's so easy for you. Of course you will win. And then you lose the fun part of it.
Yeah.
And you need to find that fun part back again. Because if it's not fun, it isn't fun to do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So, and you also have the don't be a dick rule.
Yeah, I mean, also a good one.
Yeah, you don't talk shit about people in the sport.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one, isn't it? I do totally agree. I think it needs to be fun, and I've found this personally, like from last year going into this year. I did Europe's and Natural Worlds last year, and Natural Worlds went terrible for me, and I think it was a mixture of, I was probably way too injured to do it anyway, and I'd put too much pressure on myself to do it, and it all just went to shit. And I thought, I'm not enjoying myself. Like, I hate being here. I don't want to do this. And then coming into this year, I did a couple of comps at the end of last year where there was no pressure, and I really enjoyed it. I was just going there for fun. Like, I was helping out at them at the same time. I was scoring, and I thought, this is why I'm here. This is what I love, this sport. I really want to enjoy this. And I'd set out my plan for this year, which was meant to be like I had a big off season, I got really strong, and then I was going to go into Europe, and I was going to win it, and I was going to do this, and I was going to do that. And like a couple of weeks ago, I thought, why are you putting this pressure on yourself? Why are you putting that pressure on yourself to just do that? There's a competition like in a couple of weeks. Donna's going to be there. I'd love to compete against Donna again because I just love competing with her. Just go and fucking do it. Have fun. If I do shit, I do shit. Who cares? Like, don't matter. I'll have fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I made myself a rule a few years ago. I will only compete in competition that when I see the events, it makes the butterflies in my stomach wake up.
Yeah. Love that.
If the events don't, like, if the events for nationals in September are something that don't make me want to do it, I won't do it.
Yeah. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah. I love that.
So no, the main thing is actually have fun. Remember to have fun.
Yeah. Have fun. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Words to live by. Words to live by. Cool. So is there anything else you want to add, you want to talk about before we go on to our silly goose? Any other strongman stuff?
Not really. I mentioned for you that I'm planning on starting a YouTube channel thing where I will kind of address the grown women in the sport, like us over a certain age.
Yep.
A certain age is kind of perimenopause and up.
Yeah.
Because there is not enough focus on grown women in the sport.
100%.
And we are quite a lot. I mean, as you said, so many of the people who compete, of the women who competed back in 2013, 2014 are still competing.
Yeah.
So many are now over 40 and so many are closing in on 40.
Yeah.
So I will do something there.
Yeah. I think it's...
Yeah.
Go on. It's all right.
No.
Yeah, I think it's super important that the Masters women get a bit of a shout out there because I think it's, as the sport grows and progresses, there is such a big group of women. And as well, I can't even express how important it is for women like who are getting up to 40s, getting up to 50s to strength train. Like, because I'm finishing my physio degree now, and the majority of my physio degree has been based around women in strength training because that's all I really care about. But like the evidence behind it is insane. You can pretty much reverse stuff like osteopenia, osteoporosis, sarcopenia just by strength training. And it doesn't even have to be a lot. Like it, just a little bit can make such a huge difference. And I think the more people out there talking about it and explaining this and making it fun and making it accessible for women, the better.
Yeah. Egil, my husband, he's working with his work is related to supplements.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, it's supplements. And he was on a conference a few weeks ago where there were a lot of women who knew about me because I'm over 50 and I do what I do.
Yeah.
And that actually made me think, like, okay, a lot of random women from a chain of stores I don't even shop there know about me. They told Egil that they wish I did more content about being a mature woman. I don't feel very mature, but so actually I've been thinking a lot about that. So I just have to wait for the mic he's buying me and for the light and everything.
No, fair play. Well, it's the thing is that it's out there, and I think it's super important. And having a voice like you saying these things is super important and will be super well received as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 56 and I haven't planned on stop competing.
What? 56?
Yeah, I am. It's me and Mark Felix. I mean.
Oh my god, I didn't think you were 56. If I look like you at 56, I'll be fucking buzzing. I'll probably be dead.
No, but like, I want to show people that even though you are, I hate to say this, at the last end of my 50s, that's terrible. You can still do cool stuff. I told Mark that as long as he's competing, I'm competing. So every time there is something about Mark quitting, stopping do the different competitions, I'm like, no, you're not stopping because I'm not ready to quit
Not yet, not yet. This is what I want to see. I want to see you still competing at 60. I think if we can get,
That's my plan.
yeah, that would be the coolest fucking thing ever.
That's my plan.
Love that. And then OSG can bring in an over 60s masters.
Yeah, I know that people have started to ask about it already. Yeah.
Amazing.
But I think it's as always, it has to be a men's over 60 first.
Yeah.
And then I can tell Lynn that, hello, there are so many women closing in on 60 now, like I did with the 50s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. All right. Awesome stuff. Right. Well, let's get on then to our final part of the podcast, our everyone's favourite bit, the silly goose part.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
So, first off, do you have any silly gooses that you would like to bring to the table? No?
Nope.
No silly gooses, that's absolutely fine. I usually have plenty. So, my silly gooses are quite based around the fact that you're Norwegian. I also used to live in Norway when I was a tiny baby child. I can't remember anything though. I remember living there, but I was only.
Where did you live?
I think I don't know. I lived in Norway and Sweden, and I lived in Oslo and Bergen, but I can't remember which one's where.
No, Oslo is the capital. It's in the east of Norway.
I'm terrible with geography. Yeah.
Bergen is on the west coast.
Yeah, so I lived there when I was young, and because I missed my first year of school, which also makes a lot of sense now to people understanding me. So yeah, but I absolutely loved it. I used to go to Barnehage. It was great. Fucking loved it. So first, I've got two questions for my silly goose. The first one starts with woodlice. So when I was at Barnehage, I'll vividly always remember that a woodlouse in, I think it's Norwegian or Swedish, can't remember, was strumpetroll. Is that right?
Oh, skroketroll.
Skrunkatroll. I'm not familiar.
Skroketroll. That is, yeah. You mean those small creatures?
Yeah. They're like under rocks and under bits of tree. Yeah. Strumpetroll. Strunkatroll.
Yeah.
I'll get it eventually. Anyway, that being said, if you could be an insect, what type of insect would you be?
I would be a dragonfly.
Ooh, why?
Because they're beautiful and scary.
That's fair. And how do you say dragonfly in Norwegian?
Jesus.
Come on, you're meant to be bilingual, aren't you?
but that is actually quite common because I speak and write so much English.
Yeah, fair.
I can't remember.
Oh no, we'll have to get the dictionary. Quick. Get Google Translate out.
Jeez, I know it.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yes, it is. And it will be like, I will be so embarrassed when
I hope it ends in troll, because that's my favourite thing.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's even sadder.
Norwegian.
Wait, we need to find out now, because I'm desperate to know.
That was not Norwegian, that was Spanish.
We don't care about it in Spanish.
Drageflue, that's wrong, remember? That's the wrong translation, you see.
If anyone knows, then they can tell us. Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
And don't bully me for this.
We promise. Kikki is definitely Norwegian. She just doesn't know the word for dragonfly. No, perfect. And then my second follow-up question to that was, so trolls in Norway are a big deal, aren't they? Like we're all believe trolls are definitely real, aren't they? So
of course.
if you could be a type of troll, what type of troll would you be?
I think I would be one of the trolls that lives up on the mountains. We have a chain of mountains in Norway that's called Dovre, which is in between the south and kind of the northwest of the country. And there lives a group of trolls up there. They are, if you drive over there, it's a beautiful drive. You can see kind of electrical cords going along the road.
Yeah.
That's not for electricity. That's troll fences to keep the trolls in.
Yeah.
And if the trolls get out on the road, they will eat your tires of the car.
Oh, the tires.
I want to be one of, yes, I want to be one of those.
Yeah, fair. I like that. Yeah. No, I think that would be a good troll to be. I'd quite like to be a troll. I don't know enough about Norwegian folklore to decide on a troll type, though. I always remember when I was a kid, we used to watch. It was called Jewel. It was like a Christmas thing that we watched, and it was like a load of little trolls with the big blue tall hats on.
Yeah.
We all used to have them, the big blue hats, the felted hats. Yeah. They were lovely. Them, very nice.
They actually still show that for Christmas.
Do they? I'd probably remember it, to be fair. I used to be fluent. I used to be able to speak Norwegian, but when I moved back, I didn't remember it. I was back at school. But and then finally, I just want to ask, what is your favourite Norwegian delicacy? Let's talk about food.
If my daughter was here, she would just laugh, because I have one favourite one week and another one next week.
Constantly changing. Well, what's your flavour of the month at the moment then?
I kind of, this is boring because I love brunost, like the brown cheese we have.
Right, what's brown cheese?
You have lived in Norway without having brown cheese?
I was just a baby, wasn't I? I wasn't eating brown cheese. I didn't even know what I was eating.
I never lived in the UK and I eat Marmite.
I was probably eating fucking woodlice, Kikki. Like, I wasn't eating normal stuff.
Brown cheese is like a caramelized cheese. It is brown. It's sweet.
Delicious.
It tastes very good on like digestive crackers and with a lot of butter and then the cheese on top of them.
Nice.
Or on waffles, like, yeah. Beside that, unsure.
Just brown cheese then.
Yeah, there no Norwegian meat, like a meat soup. I'm not a very big fan of soup. I find soup quite boring.
Oh, I can't agree with you there. I fucking love soup. This is a podcast for soup. This soup.
But we have each fall with the in-season vegetables and meat, like a meat soup. I love that one. That's good.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Kikki. Is there anything else you would like to add? Anything else you would like to say at the final end of the podcast?
I still can't remember what dragonfly is in Norwegian.
Well, I'll leave you with that one. You can fact check it and let me know later. I'll try and find out for myself. But yeah, if anybody else knows, drop it in the comments when this goes live. Hopefully by that point we will know, because this will be live in a couple of weeks.
I will not hear anything about this in the gym, okay?
That's it. You've heard it here first.
Just tell my people.
No one ripper for this. Well, to be fair, if they know dragonfly off the top of their head, then fair play. But if you don't, then you've got no leg to stand on. But yeah, I'll tag all of Kikki's information in the bottom of the show notes. If you want to get in touch, you can do. And once your YouTube's up and running as well, if that's up and running by the time this podcast goes live, that will also be in the show notes too. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much for joining us, Kikki. Appreciate it. It's been a wonderful interview, and I hope to see you at comp season this year at some point.
I'm hoping I'm coming over for Europe's.
That'd be awesome.
I'm hoping, yeah.
Cool stuff. All right, nice one. Thank you very much, Kikki, and we'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Strong Woman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little like free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!